The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, and iNetworks Communication Station.
Good morning and welcome to Oils Behind Closed Doors, where we're going to share with you some good information today about doTERRA essential oils. My name is Ruth Conwell.
I'm Brenda Maxey.
And we have two other members of our team, Janetta Diener and Regina Rucker, who are our resource persons and editors. And today we're going to be talking about a new program that we have for you. And so we're going to ask you to just get your pencil and paper. We're going to talk about the essential oils that have been around for centuries. So get a paper and pencil, especially if you're here for the first time, and take some notes.
Okay, so as we start our morning off, I'd like to start with our scripture that we always like to use. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And that's found in Genesis 1:29.
And we're going to start with the disclaimer. The information in this presentation is based on extensive research. We cannot offer medical advice or prescribe the use of diet as a form of treatment for sickness. We cannot be responsible for any consequences. The information we are sharing is not medical advice. Always consult your medical physician.
Okay, so Ruth, you know what? I had the opportunity to go to Salt Lake City to doTERRA's convention, and
I had the opportunity to see it virtual.
Hey,
so we have some good information.
We sure do, because doTERRA came out with an amazing product that we want to share with you today, and we're going to propose something later on to you. And what we're going to talk about to you today is about weight loss, and more than just weight loss. We want to talk about the connection between our metabolic health and our biological aging.
And we're going to do that with doTERRA MetaPower.
Yes, MetaPower is the name of the new product. So as we think about it, the basics of metabolism and aging, we all are familiar with metabolism, what our metabolism is. If you're not, we just want to share with you, it is our the way our body simply
uses get energy from our food.
Yes.
Just the fuel of our body. So
and it creates building blocks for us.
Yes.
And so this product is going to show us how we can do it. But what we want to do, first of all, is share with you some information on our metabolic process of the metabolism.
Right.
So on our next screen, there's two forms of metabolic. It's the anabolic and catabolic.
Yes, and those are reactions that are linked to our ATP system, which is our living organisms.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, take a picture of this screen, because we don't want you to kind of know what you're doing when you're feeding your metabolism.
Yes.
So the catabolic restores or transfers energy from the ATP, and the antibiotic fuels that energy through your ATP system.
Yes.
So we're just trying to give you a general idea of what it does.
Yeah, and it kind of like break down the molecules. Yeah,
right.
And provides that energy that we need, as you see in the diagram, to understand it a little better. And you know what? We're in the process of learning about this stuff too, because we want to share this information because it's good to know how our system is really working, especially our metabolism.
Okay, but let's focus on your aging for a moment.
Yeah, we're going to focus on aging. So if you go to our next slide, we got a picture of two women.
Yes.
And guess what?
They're both the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine those two ladies being 80 years old, both of them?
Now, which one do you want to look like?
Right.
I know which one I want to look like.
Right.
And that's what we call our metabolic aging.
Right.
And things that we do in our life creates that
Yes,
the
has
way
a
we
lot-
look.
Yes, it has a lot to do with the way we look.
Yeah.
So nearly everyone can think of two people who are the same age and
And look
so
differently.
different.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And
I
it's
know.
because of the life
lifestyle.
right, and
Right.
what they're doing. Like you said, and these are the things that can affect your metabolic aging, and that's smoking
Right.
and excessive sun exposure and imbalanced diet. So, lack of
Exercise, which I
Exercise.
don't get, which I'm getting ready to change, try and change.
yeah, and sleep deprivation or stress. Oh, and so much
Genetic.
It could be genetical. Somebody in your
Genetic effects,
family, down the line of your
Mhm.
family history. So lifestyle choices.
It's lifestyle choices. Now,
Yes.
free radicals are always are generated during metabolic process.
Yes.
And these free radicals have some kind of purpose, believe it or not, but a buildup of them can cause oxidative damage when
right.
our cells are aged.
Right.
So we got to be very careful. So how do we stop this from happening? We need antioxidants, which help to fight those free radicals and help prevent that oxidative stress
Right.
that can take place in our lifestyle, in our life. So things like eating healthier foods and doing some other things, which we're going to share with you, can prevent that from happening to you.
Right.
So we could look more like the lady on the left. In my when I'm facing the slide, I don't know what it looks like when you're facing it, but I'm gonna look like the lady in red instead of the lady in blue.
Right.
That's what I want to look like.
And it really doesn't matter what you do, because it matters what you do. But what we're going to try to do is share with them our new product that can
Enhance that, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so as we go into our next slide, we're going to take a deep dive into health span. So our new product, MetaPower, that is the name of the product, and we'll tell you more about that later. But we want to focus on this slide because what doTERRA has done, they've been researching this information for a long while. And what we want to show to you is just how what a lifespan looks like
Exactly.
when we do things. Now,
right.
and that first line,
Which is the gray line.
mhm,
That's so close to the blue. But the gray line basically tells us something about where our lifespan is, and it's the curve sort of draws the curve, represents the what naturally happens to you as you're living through
Right.
life. It gives you that natural that that when you're living the way we're living naturally, supposedly,
right,
without any medications or without any support.
Right.
That's the lifespan we would have, which is showing you that it's shorter.
And then the next line,
Which
that
is the dark blue
that
line.
dark blue
Mm-hmm.
line,
when-
back up a little bit on that other slide. So
Yes.
that dark blue line is showing us what happens, so how our lifespan expands a little bit longer when we're adding medicine and science to our lifestyle.
Exactly.
But guess what? We could still look like that lady in blue instead of lady in red.
Right, with
You know,
side effects.
Yeah, with side effects.
And we're and walking with a cane or something.
Right.
So we don't want to do that.
And
So
right,
meta
MetaPower.
power.
Now that orange line
Yes.
is when we living a healthy lifestyle,
Right.
and so we could extend our life a whole lot longer. But
Right.
we are
by adding some supplements, some good supplements. And that's what we're trying to doTERRA does not just sell oils. They
Mhm.
want you to enhance your
That's
lifestyle
right.
totally. So that's why we're offering you the MetaPower,
MetaPower.
because MetaPower is in it's in an oil form,
But
but
yes,
we also want you to have some other vitamins to go along with.
that's right.
So it's not just one thing that's going to make you look that way. It's going to be a lot of work.
Right.
It's not easy.
It's
So we're
not
just letting
gonna
you
be
know
easy, yes.
that it's not an easy job, but we're going to try to help you to do it.
Right, help you work through it.
Yes.
So now if we go to our next slide, we're going to talk about some healthy lifestyles that we need to take.
Right.
And our upline, Audrey Lee, she had this formula that she used, and it's called God's Plan.
Right.
The acronym's God's,
God's
plan. So the G stands for, first of all, we need to trust God,
Right.
because whatever we do or whatever we want to be better, we pray to God and ask Him to help us to do it, to get through it, because it is a journey
Yes,
that
it
is going to be
is.
complicated and hard for us to master on our own. So
Right.
we need His trust and His help.
Right. And the O is for open air, which means that even though we're praying, we got to do some work. So we got to go out and get some fresh air.
There you go.
We can't just sit in the house and do nothing. We have to go outside and
Right.
get that fresh air.
The D, daily exercise, and like I said, get the body moving.
Yes.
That's what we have to do. Also, we can't be sedimentary. A lot of times we are, because we're sitting like we are right now in front of computers. A lot of us on computers now, or even our kids. We got to work with our kids too, because
We have to get
they're
them out.
sitting in front of those games all day
Exactly.
long,
Yes.
and they're not moving, and they're going to have issues as
And we see a
well.
lot of children that are too big for their age.
Right, that's right.
Because
Yeah,
of the food
that is
that
so
they're
true.
eating. Yes.
Yeah, we passed by a school the other day, and we were looking at the kids. Wow, those are some big kids for a grade school.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah. And the next one is the S for sunshine or sunlight. Now, we know we can take vitamin D3,
Mhm.
but you still need that sun. That
That's
sun
right.
provides that vitamin D3
that
for us.
natural
Yes,
vitamin D.
yes.
Let's get God's vitamin D.
Exactly. And that you can't get too much of.
Right, you sure
But you
can.
can get too much of vitamin D3.
Right. Okay, then going into P, proper rest. Now, we are all working from sun up to sundown, and we're not getting the proper rest, but that is very important that we get the rest so our body can repair itself and do what it needs to do to keep
And how
us
many hours do they need?
6
At
to 8.
least 6 to 8.
Yeah,
Right.
6 to 8 hours, okay,
Yes,
of
you can't
sleep.
be missing that. And
That's
the
right.
best time is between, wait a minute, 9, no,
9 to 2, I think it was.
it's 11 to 2, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
11 to 2. I know my mind is on
Okay.
on my schedule. I go to bed at 9.
You don't want to know what time I go to bed.
Okay, so the next one is lots of water. You must drink at least half your weight in water, in
Right.
ounces of water.
Yes.
So if I weigh 150, I need to drink 75 ounces of water a day.
Yes.
Just to give you an example. I don't
Yeah.
weigh that much though.
And if you have health issues, you may want to consult your
Yes.
your doctor, because sometimes some people can't because of health issues. But
Exactly.
for most people, half your body weight.
Yes.
A for always temperate.
Yes.
You know, we got to get all that stress off
Yes.
of us, and just, that is going to help our body to heal,
Right.
or to have a younger looking
Right.
physique as well. Our skin would look better.
Because if
as
you're
well.
stressed, you may not be smiling.
Mm-mm. And
And then you have that face that be sagging.
Right.
So you
Yes.
have to continue to smile.
Yes.
And be temperate. Okay, the
Last
N is
one.
nutrition. And
Mhm.
we're showing you on the slide some of the healthy life choices in food. But that's not all of them. There's
Mhm.
quite a
This
few.
is a great,
This is
great
a great
start.
start. So
We need those
nutrition is
ideas.
very important.
right.
And you may have to enhance it with some vitamins because the condition of the food today.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, as we go to our next slide, Meta Power. That's what we're
Metapower
talking about.
Metabolic Essential Oil Blend.
Yes,
And
Meta.
how they got the name metabolic. I mean,
Yes.
Metapower.
Right. What it means, first of all, the word meta is just short for metabolism, because this product is designed to work on our metabolism.
Yes.
And then
The PWR. Personal Wellness Realized. So we want you to be able to say that by the end of the year.
Yes, yes,
That you will have
yes.
your personal wellness realized.
So this is our new product now. It was kind of like it used to be a product called Slim and Sassy.
Yeah.
Okay, Slim and Sassy has the same ingredients as this one does, but in different ratios.
Right.
So as we go to our next slide, we'll talk about that. They had ginger, grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, and cinnamon
bark.
in it. Yeah, cinnamon bark.
Yes.
And Slim and Sassy had the same combination of oils in them.
but they have different ratio, as you stated.
And the different ratios, Cinnamon Sassy did its job. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It did its job, but they wanted to make it better product
Yes.
so that it will make us
Get a
better handle on better
Right.
results, like
Better
you said.
results.
on our
Added
text.
results, we should say.
Yeah.
Added results.
So the peppermint ingredient in Metapower is going to help support that hunger cravings that we sometimes get between our meals. So that is why the peppermint is in there. The grapefruit is going to help with that metabolism and that weight loss, along with the lemon and the ginger and the cinnamon bark.
Right.
But these are all great oils. So the combination of these oils are going to help us what?
Reduce the fat cells and help us to keep the immune system immature cells from growing, from maturing. And I'm using the word growing, but yes, maturing is making them larger.
Right. So we have immature and mature cells. So if we go to our next slide, that's where we're going to talk to you and show you what we're talking about when we say immature and mature cells.
Yeah.
So immature cells is what we really want. As you see to the left, or the light pink with those small little red ones in them, that's the way our body should be. Have those, our metabolism, it should have those small cells. But the mature cells, those are fat.
Right.
That comes from what?
Overeating.
Overeating.
Overeating or not moving.
Right.
And the food it doesn't fuel. It doesn't move.
It fuels the cells.
Exactly.
That's what it does. It fuels the cells.
Right. And that's the oxidation start. And you don't want that oxidation. Those are like free radicals. You want to get those free radicals out of there.
And that's where we get our cellulite and everything else. And guess what? As we say that, I want to say, skinny people too.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen skinny people with cellulites.
Yes. So it doesn't matter how you're looking, it's what you're doing. Right. It's what you're doing to get rid of certain things in your body, because that can be in anybody's cell.
Right. So on the chart that's underneath those two cells, that left one where it says Metapower, these are results from the study of the different ratio of the oils. Now, when we talked about they use Slim and Sassy was the oil that they had out there to help with the metabolic weight loss. It did its job, and as you can see, that's the one in the orange. It did its job. Now, what doTERRA did, they did a study of another ratio blend of those same oils that's in purple, and they saw how they worked. Now, this is just a study to show the progress and of how they work. Now, the yellow one is actually Metapower. So the shrinkage, when we get to the far right of there, we see that the shrinkage of Slim and Sassy in the orange was good. The middle one, the purple, it didn't do so well at all. But when we got to Metapower, it outdid Slim and Sassy. So it got a better result. And the slide to your right shows the Metapower results from day 1 to day 14, how the cells shrunk. Started up there with those fat, mature cells, and they came down to immature cells. So we want to have immature cells, not mature cells. You always want to think the opposite. I did at first.
Yes.
But we don't want them to mature. We want immature cells.
So that's getting the fat out of the cell.
Yeah. So that just shows you in 14 days, a fat cell can mature. If we allow it. Okay, so as we go to the next slide.
The next slide, we're going to address cravings. And it is not limited, to weight loss. And as you can see, we are showing you the different products of Metapower, and it is showing you the different things that it can happen when you use these products. And it's also showing you the bad products that you should not take. But we're going to share with you what we can do. We can address with the Metapower, and that's cardiovascular health.
Right.
And it can control your blood pressure. It can control or shrink the cells, as we just showed you, and it also extend your metabolic aging, which means that you're going to look better, like the lady that was on the left in
Mm-hmm.
red.
Right, the red
It can relieve,
lady in red.
right. It can help to relieve brain fog, which I need right now.
Makes two of us.
And it can also help with the nervous system, and it hydrates the skin. Can you imagine one product doing all of that?
That's amazing, and
It
because your skin makes you look younger,
It
and that's what the metabolic formula is
is
doing, giving
right.
us that younger
So
look.
you just have to stop those cravings, and whenever you craving, we have the gum that can stop. You can just pop in your mouth,
Mhm.
and you can stop those cravings while you're outside of the house. And then we also have the beetlets
Right.
that you can pop in your mouth if you are outside of or having a meal or something and ready to eat. So you can wait till you get home.
Yes.
And also, we're showing you the Vitality Pack on this page too, because we're trying to get you to understand that we have the lifelong vitality that we
Right.
want to add to your diet. That way you will have the vitamins and the minerals that you need to help uplift and to get you moving.
You know what? And you really need vitamins these days because our food, like you told us earlier, doesn't have all the nutrients we need.
Exactly.
Everyone really should be on some type of vitamin, and doTERRA has the best vitamins, and they're
Right.
guaranteed. If you don't feel better in 30 days, they're going to give you your money back with the vitamins.
Right.
That's how much they believe that these vitamins will help, and it's going to help with that metabolic
Right,
function.
right. So we're trying to just share this with you so that
Mhm.
you won't let your cravings run your life.
Exactly. We don't need that to
Right,
happen.
exactly.
But I want to just share it's a testimony from somebody else.
Oh,
because
that's
in that
true. I
class, remember?
Yeah.
In our class the other day that we have every week, this girl she was from Vegas or somewhere.
I think.
Yeah. And she said her glucose levels,
Yeah.
her, what do you call it? A1C. A1C
was
level.
400.
Yeah,
400. And she started using the
MetaPower.
MetaPower. And how long did she live?
It says a couple of days. It dropped down to 100. or
Yes,
something.
125 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Which is marvelous.
So
marvelous.
this product is not just going to only help control that weight, it's going to help you with some of your health issues that are going
Yes,
on.
it will.
So this is an awesome product. I've started my MetaPower because I'm ready to try and get my metabolic look, a biological aging look.
Right. I am
So I'm working on that too.
right.
So that is awesome product. So like she said, those are a couple other
Products that are in that same
family.
yeah.
So as we go to the next slide.
Also, with all of we're sharing with you, we want you to stir up the gifts, and the gift is the gift of this particular product. This is a gift to us.
And on the next slide is the scripture she's going to share.
Oh yeah, I'm going to share the scripture, 1 Peter 4:10. At every you're gonna have to read because I can't even see. As every man has received the gift, even to minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. I'm sorry, but what we're trying to say with this scripture is that we're sharing.
Yes.
Because we know what we need to do to have good health. So we're sharing it with you. So we're giving this as a gift to our audience.
Yes.
The information is our gift to you.
It sure is. So as we go to our next slide, we talked about the MetaPower, but we want to just go back and share some positive things about our doTERRA essential oils so you could get on board and order your MetaPower.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, they're safe. Our oils are safe. Our products are safe. I'm not going to just say oils. They are safe. They're 100% natural, no side effects, no fillers or anything added to them. So they're nothing but pure oils. They are even more powerful. A lot of people like to use herbs, but they are 50 to 70% more powerful than herbs. And a plant, what are they? They are plants from different parts of plant. the leaves, the bark, the trees, roots, stems, they're all parts of the plant. Now, peppermint is our oil that we like to talk about. Peppermint is energizing, it's uplifting, it helps with the respiratory system, the digestive system. I have another testimony about a customer of mine. I gave her a sample of peppermint the other day. We were at the church, and she called me. She says, 2 days later, she still feels the effects of that peppermint. She said, "What did you give me?" I told her, it says just the peppermint. And she said, "I feel so much better from that, just doing that peppermint."
Wow.
So peppermint can do so many things. And it helps with pain as well, and even head tension if you have head tension. And if you're a person in that woman in that season of life, or just a jogger running where you're getting those hot flashes or whatever, it's cooling. It's very cooling. Now, doTERRA oils are more effective because they're able to penetrate cells. Now, a cell has an oily membrane around it that protects us from harmful things to our body. Now, two harmful things, bacteria and viruses. Bacteria likes to stay on the outside, but that virus, he likes to get in there and do his thing.
Yes.
But now we know with a bacterial infection, they'll give us antibiotics and tell us to take it for a while, 5 to 10 days, and we'll be better, but not without doing damage to our gut. Now with viruses, like the cold or flu, they tell you to drink plenty of fluids, get a lot of rest, and it'll run its course. But why they tell you that? Because medications for viruses, a lot of them are water-based. And as we know, water and oil, they don't mix. And it's hard. Those molecules are too hard to penetrate that cell wall and get in there and attack that virus. So we have an oil called On Guard that is for the immune system. Oil against oil will get in there and attack that virus that's in there, and it will build that immune system back up. Now, we say it's more affordable because when you get sick, you got to take off from from work. You go to the doctor, you got a copay. You have to drive to the doctor, first of all, and it's going to cost you. You get your prescription, there's a copay, and you could be off from work for several days, possibly. There's a lot of money gone. But with an ear infection, which I did have, and all I did was take 2 drops of my lavender and drop of tea tree, put it behind the ear and just on the inside of the earlobe, and went to bed for 12 hours, and it was gone. So lavender is calming, and it also helps with pain, believe it or not. It's an antihistamine, and it also can work good for bee stings or bug bites as well. So those are 3 amazing things about our doTERRA essential oils. They're safe, effective, and affordable.
So I'm going to share with you how to use the oils.
So on the next slide, the 3 ways to use them.
So the 3 ways to use our oils are aromatically, topically, and internal. And I'm going to start with aromatic. Aromatic is when you use it in a diffuser. You can put a drop in your hand and inhale it. You also, I'm sorry, you can also use it
in the diffuser.
In the diffuser, your hand.
I'll breathe it out of the bottle.
That's true. I'm like lost for words right now. I don't know why. But you can use it in the bottle, or you could also use it topically under your feet. But we're going to talk about how you can do it aromatically. It supports the respiratory system. It cleanses the air, and it gives a positive effect to your mood, which I need a little bit of peppermint right now. But what you're doing is you're activating your olfactory nerve. And if you pinch the top of your nose, underneath your fingers is your olfactory nerve. And the olfactory nerve, it has a lead to your limbic system, and the limbic system goes into your brain. So if you recall, when you have a surgery, for example, and the doctor puts you under, they put a mask over your nose and you relax. Well, the same thing happens when you use the oils. And you can use it in these ways and it changes your mood. So the first way to use the oil is aromatically. The second way to use it is topically, and you can use it on any of your areas that are you're concerned about, any part of your body that may be affected. So, and you can also just use it under the bottom of your feet. And when you're using it, you must realize too that you can realize that you could use it when you're using it on your skin. You may have sensitive skin, or if you're using it on a little child and it may be too hot for the child, you can use it with a carrier oil. And doTERRA decides that the best one we should use would be the coconut oil, the fractionated coconut oil, because it helps it to go into the better results. It carries the oils into your system better. So for the localized benefits, again, you can use it on your feet, your ears, your wrists, your head, your navel, and your spine. Those are the ways that you can use it topically. The third way is internal. Now, you can enjoy a few drops in your water or in a veggie cap or under your tongue. And when you do this, you must, if you're using it in a glass of water, you must use it in glass or stainless steel.
That's right.
So, and the reason for that, we suggest that, is that our oils are very potent. So we don't want you to use it in any other type of container because it will cause toxins to be pulled from those containers.
That's right.
So we're suggesting that you use it in glass or stainless steel. And the next slide is going to show how it affects the bottom of your feet. When you use it on the bottom of your feet, you're connecting with all of the rest of your body. You can put it on your big toe for your pituitary. You can put it on your the muscle of your right under your big toe for your thyroid, and then next to that is your lung. You can use it under the bottom of your feet, and it goes throughout your body. It's just amazing how oils can work. And why do we say we use it under your feet? It's for those very reasons, so that you can have it in your whole body. You can do it at night, and it just while you're sleeping is working. And then to your left, you see the names of the oils where you can use them in the different parts of the body. For example, you can have it for your eyes, that middle toe, right under the middle toe, next to your big toe. You can use frankincense, rosemary, immortelle, vetiver, basil, clove, and forgive. We have an oil that blend called forgive. You can use them right there under the bottom of your feet for a more effective. So that's the way you can use it. Additional way you can use it topically is under the bottom of your feet. The next slide.
Okay, so we want to just share with you, as we talked about doTERRA as a company, we want you to know a little bit about doTERRA.
Yes.
Then we're going to get you on that MetaPower.
Yes.
Okay, so doTERRA is a company that had the most tested and most trusted oils on the market.
Yes.
They have over 4.5 million customers already.
Right.
And they are, oils are what we call CPTG, which used to stand for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, but so many oil companies are using that grade level that doTERRA had to change theirs because theirs is so much better. They use Certified Pure Tested Grade oils because they are tested by a third party and outside source and retested. They will take nothing that has one drop of impurity in it.
No.
It's tossed.
They have
powerful
products.
They do. They have a powerful. They don't want no toxicity in their product.
Yes.
So now doTERRA also has a great retention rate. This slide says 65%, but from the convention, we learned there are more than 65%. There's 70% and above, 70% and above retention rate. Why? Because a lot of companies that are like doTERRA, which are direct selling companies, they lead with a business opportunity. So when people that are doing the business like Ruth and I are doing,
right,
and they decide they don't want to do the business anymore, they leaving that company
Right.
because they don't care about the product. They were just interested in business opportunity. The company did not have a great product. But with doTERRA, we're concerned more about the product, not the business opportunity.
And about sharing it with people so that
Exactly.
they can have a natural way to get well.
Yes, so we want a great product. And so that is one reason why they are more effective company. Now, this group of people down here you see is 7 of them, I'm sorry. 6 men and 1 woman. And Emily Wright is the woman's name. And I, at the convention, had an opportunity to meet her. And well, we meet them all, but I had an opportunity to meet Emily Wright in person.
Right.
We stayed over after the convention at an Airbnb of about 12 of us. And she came to visit us, and she is just so passionate. To have her sit there and talk with us, she's very passionate about giving us the good
people.
Yes,
About
to give,
people.
about people and giving us the best product. And her hugs were just awesome. They were so
Genuine.
Yes.
Genuine. And
Yes.
that means a lot.
It does. It means so a lot. So this group of people are an awesome group of people, but she just stood out for me. And very humble. And what's also great about this group of people here, she told us that day, before they even start their business day, they go into prayer. They go into prayer. So that
means a lot. Too.
means a lot.
Mhm.
So they are faith-based, and they are very passionate about what they do. Now, being a caring company, they create great economical opportunities and financial stability in many of the undeveloping nations.
And they give back to the disadvantaged.
They do.
Mhm.
And they have this organization called Healing Hands Foundation, which Ruth is going to tell you about in a few minutes. And they like to pay their growers, which are small farmers. They like to pay them well. And not only that, they help them out. So you can learn more about Healing Hands Foundation through doTERRA also, and Co-Impact Sourcing, source2you.com through doTERRA.
Right.
So doTERRA is what we're doing. What they're doing is creating a pipeline, what we call a pipeline, because it's like helping each other. And through this pipeline, they're helping us, or I should say, the farmers are helping us, and we in turn are helping them.
And that's why we call it co-impact.
Co-impacting,
Right.
yes.
Because whatever they give, we give back.
That's right. So as we go to our next slide, we want to tell you a little bit more. I'm just passionate because doTERRA was very passionate about the Healing Hands and the Co-Impact Sourcing
Right.
at this convention, and we just wanted to share a little bit more.
Right, because there are a couple of items that they carry called the Spa Rose hand lotion and the Hope Touch. And those 2 items, if you were to purchase those items, it goes directly to our foundations. So we're just saying that that's the way that you can help too. And they do disaster relief, they do global health, support children, little children in areas where if there's no school in that particular country, they help build. And they, like I said, they give water. That's the pipeline. That's the actual pipeline.
The pipeline. Yeah, there's a nice little story.
Right. Yes. That's the real pipeline. Is where they give clean water and sanitation to those areas that need it. And they empower women, and they do help them to be self-reliant.
Yes.
Also, another mission of the doTERRA is that we are financially responsible. Whatever they do, we pay them a salary in addition to helping them to build or to change the way they live. And like I said, there's a 100% donation that goes to the aid. The money that's collected from those 2 items even goes to them. And sometimes we contribute just in our
when I purchase
our
products,
yes.
I do sign up for
so
that.
it's all going for a good cause.
And one of their programs is Farm Up Jamaica. That's what you saw. So we want to help them with that mission as they working with Jamaica.
Right.
So on the next slide,
Those are the countries where our oils are sourced, and that's where we were telling you about the farmers. We're going all over the world, and you can see that we're in, was it 150 markets or
Yes.
150,000 markets,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. I remember seeing it on the slide, but I don't remember what it said exactly. So this is just showing you the areas of the world where we are sourced, and we are around the world.
right, because we want the best product, and the products grow better in the area where they're supposed to grow. And as
Exactly.
we show you our next slide, we're just going to give you an idea of some of those areas.
Yes.
Like the jasmine is in Egypt, grows in Egypt,
And the eucalyptus is in Australia,
and Spanish sage is in Spain.
and
Guacwood
guacwood
That's
is
a hard one.
in Paraguay.
Paraguay. and Superman blend
Yes, it's in
in
India.
India, because what it is a combination of different mint oils,
Right.
mint plants, I should.
Right, and
That's
then,
blended together.
right, and then the celery seed oil is
India.
from India.
Yes,
Yes, that's where they grow.
just to give
Just
you
to
an
give you
idea.
an idea where we are. So the next slide, we're going to show you some of our kits. Now we have been talking about one oil here and one oil there, but it's really less costly if you buy the kits. And when you enroll with the kit, then you get a free membership.
Yeah,
So we have these kits here that we're showing you, but the Meta Power that we're showing you today, talking about today, also has a kit. And we'll talk to you about that a little later. But the Home Essentials kit, the Natural Solutions kit, and they have a lot of the oils that you can get, that you can have a diffuser with them. The kits, so you get a diffuser free with the kit.
right.
So that's an advantage too of buying the kits. So if you're interested, just send us an email.
Four visions, four oils
Oils at
at Gmail.
gmail.com.
Yeah. Now, as we talk about that Meta
There
Power,
it is.
yeah,
That's the kit.
she is. So we would like to stir up your
Next slide.
intentions.
Next slide.
Yeah, so we like to stir up your intentions and your resolutions about your health, and we are here to help you with your personal wellness solution.
Right.
So this Meta Power kit is going to be an awesome kit to do, not only just help you with your metabolism and reach that biological aging that
Right.
we are all looking for, to look young at all times.
Right.
It's going to help with some health issues that are going on in your body.
Exactly.
So there's still some things we want to talk about on this Meta Power that we're going to talk about on our next program.
Right.
But Meta Power comes in, like she said, the gel. It comes in the soft gel. You have the option of taking it in the gel form. You have the option of taking it in the oil form. Then when we're on the go and in between meals and we feel something hunger build up, to stop you from getting that ice cream or them M&Ms, that purple M&M I saw this morning on TV. We got the gum that you could chew, or we got little beadlet drops that you can take.
Right.
So get on, if it's not today, anytime, get on our link, 4visions4oils at gmail.com. Call us so we can order your Meta Power.
Yes.
We want you to start with Meta Power.
And
So-
we'll give you more information at
Yes,
that
we'll
time.
give you more information.
Okay, next slide is saying get me free. We're offering, if you sign up, I guess we're going to do October. If you sign up in October for the Meta Power, or whatever you want to sign up
Or
for,
the kit, any
yeah,
other enrollment.
we're going to
kits.
give you the grapefruit, that 15 milliliter bottle. And the primary benefits for that is to improve the appearance of blemishes. It supports a healthy
Metabolism. How about that?
right when you use it. But you, like it says, you got to use it internally and you got to use it often. You just can't just And that's what we got to do with everything. You got to start doing things consistent. If
Yes,
you don't be
that's
consistent,
me.
it doesn't work.
You're right.
Okay, so then it creates an uplifting environment. So that means that you can diffuse it.
Yes, yes. And remember, she said how powerful that sense of smell is. So even when you're using the MetaPower and you got the oil diffusing, that still is going to help your
It's gonna
improve your
right,
metabolism.
Yes. Keep in mind,
Right,
it's going
so
all the way up.
That's right. That's right. So you want to diffuse it. You want to take it internally.
Yes.
You want to do the works.
Yes.
Put it even on you topically too.
Right.
So
And if you do sign up, what do you expect from us? What can you expect from us?
Okay,
That is
so-
a welcome package, first of all. We've definitely seen your welcome package. It consists of
the next slide.
information. It consists of information about our company, and it gives you an idea of, what can be done and how you can do it. And you get a personal consultation, wellness overview. Once you get your oils or whatever, you want to sit down with us and talk to us about it, how to use it, and what you can do from there. And then you can have access to the VIP educational groups. And I'll let Brenda tell you about all of those.
Okay.
And then you get community, which you'll get a group with, like we have a group of people that work together, and you have giveaways. And you get ongoing support from me and you
And
whoever
others.
sign you up.
That's right. That's right. And so when we talk about access to VIP education, it's all free. The ones I'm talking about are all free. So you got Oil the Planet, we got Love Oils, we got Oil Games. And when you sign up for doTERRA, they even have some free classes for you. So that's a great thing. So you can learn as much as you want. The sky is the limit. Okay, so on our next slide, we have opened the doors for you.
Yes, we have opened the doors to information that you can live with and live better.
Yes.
And we're going to share a closing scripture with you, that Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye may, being rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth, the length, and depth, and height, and to know the love of Christ, which passes knowledge, that might be filled with all the fullness of God. And it's found in Ephesians 3:17 through 19. And what we want you to do, please, is to know your health.
Yes, and we hope we have shared some positive and good information about MetaPower, and that you will call us and let's get you started on MetaPower. And we're going to propose a challenge later after we give you a little bit more information about MetaPower, so that we can all go on this journey together. So now we want to say
Thank you. From the oils behind
closed
closed
door.
doors.
Remember, our health is an investment,
not an expense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.